Hello, everybody. Today's the topic is things to learn from other enneagram or MBTI type part 2. So today I want to talk about the ISTJ and ISFJ who are type 1. For me, I think ISTJ and ISFJ can be type 1, enneagram type 1. So these are basically just based on my experiences and research for sharing purpose. If they are the clients or they are the boss, or even though they are just friends, or no matter what role they are, they basically want to see a complete system of materials that must be available. For example, if you go into a restaurant and you are the owner, and they want to see that all they expect must be fully fulfilled. For example, the menu, the food, the attitude of the waiter, waitress, the boss must talk nicely, respect them, treat them like a boss. The menu must be clean, must be organized, price are stated, ingredients are stated, things that can benefit them. And if you do all of these things, they will respect you and they will be continue want to be your client. So they want to see more tangible ways. They believe in recognition, prizes, awards because they always want to associate themselves with people with powers because they don't want to be left out. But the strange thing is that they don't want people to be above them, but they want people to have those things, but they must be above you, but they don't respect you if they're above you, but they don't like you to be above them. So that's a conflict between this concept between I found in most of the people, especially like as sensors. There's nothing wrong about it or right about it. It's about more towards how they perceive things and how they function actually. So when they voice out something, you must attend immediately because they are absolute minded people. Everything must be doing according a certain way. If you don't, they will be extremely angry unless you're above them or unless you have the recognitions. Then you are kind of forgiven because of your big mistake, even though it's a small things, but they treat it as a big mistake. But this rule doesn't apply to themselves. Sometimes they feel very bad because they are introvert, sometimes they don't. So it's a very complicated at times, but if you look properly, but actually if you just show them the recognition, prizes and the reward, and if you show them that you have done the system materials properly, like clean, the attitude is okay. If you're not able to achieve their standards, whatsoever standard they have, because the degree of expectation is different. Some ISFJ not so particular, even though they're extremely particular, but they're able to forgive you. But there are some ISFJ or ISTJ that who can never forgive you on every single thing, even though they cannot achieve it by themselves. They cannot see these things. I realized that type 1 is really important in system, but they are often very emotional. So have to keep on reassure them like things are done properly from time to time, show them the results, show them the accomplishment, then they will feel calm. Because they are constantly checking on the right and wrong. It's very tiring because if you want to do something correctly, you have to allow some mistakes at the same time because people are learning, especially in a team or in a group. Nobody can be perfect, even themselves, but they forget about it. They forgot totally, and it's very hard to be with them most of the time unless you are pretending to please them, you know. I found that INTP are much able to be with them sometimes. I think because sometimes INTP just do whatever they say because they like it, and no matter what they say on the INTP, they don't process it. They still be with the people. So the dynamic is different among the INTP and ISTJ or ISFJ. For them, they think that every experiences that they encounter with you must be well prepared. Means that they must see you. Everything must be well prepared in tangible ways, every single way. They see you like a microscope. They micromanage. Without this system checking, like every tangible ways of everything is correct, I found that normally people are sloppy. But type 1 is constantly reminding me like to do the right things because sometimes I try new things, experiences, you know, and sometimes I get caught up into my own study for a long time, and the needs of absoluteness of them like makes me like be more cautious about every single thing I do. But the thing is that normally I am very cautious and do the things in the right way because I like organizations. The common things between INTJ type 5 and ISTJ and ISFJ type 1 are we are organized people. We absolutely hate unorganized things. But the thing is that I am more flexible in the sense that the tangible things is not so particular. For example, the way I dress, as long as it's clean, it's not looking bad, I'm okay with wearing like just a very clean t-shirt and a pants. That's it. But for them, you must wear very smart all the time. Must wear like uh, very presentable. You know, like it's kind of a bit like expensive in some way. They look at those very tangible things very seriously. So, and they are almost never forgive people that who dress like, for example, like Steve Jobs. When he do presentations, he just wear a jeans. That is extremely unforgivable from their point of view. And when I talk to them, they even comment on that, like looking down on people who do that. But sometimes they don't talk much about it because Steve Jobs got really, really great respect from people and create a revolutions in the handphone world in a lot of ways. So if you are something or somebody who is popular with status in the, the commons world view, then they respect you even though they extremely hate that part of you. For example, like the attire, you know. So um, to overcome the problems, nobody is perfect, but it is really important for being everything is correct. I can see why they insist on what they insist, but sometimes it's just too much. But I know it's very important, and this is just how they are. So everybody has their flaws, just like me as well. But anyway, so um, for them, it's like they only associate themselves and respect people with authority, especially that can affect them, or especially those people with popularity. If you see that the ass people, the sensors, they want to be in groups so much, so that's why they want to be seen. But the thing is that they would rather be like, it's okay for people to be out from the group as long as they're in the group. This is something very different for me. What I see things, I want everybody to be included. So that's why I want to create a better system for everyone to be able to be included. That's really something very different from me and sensors. I see that intuitive people generally are more inclusive, but not so much at times. They still extremely affected by the people around actually. So I can really uh, I really agree on a lot of resources saying that INTJ is the most independent people. I start to see why, but anyway, so it's good to understand every types and learn from them. When I do all those things like recognition prizes, okay, for example, this one, I have to build up my skill. I have to upgrade a lot. I push myself to get more. So when I do that, my skills is upgrade. My knowledge is sophisticated. My system is great. I feel extremely great about myself and also the results. And I see that through the way that they see things, it makes things even more efficient and more reliable and more workable and contributing to the society actually. Before I really uh, do a lot of things based on their needs, I was a bit scattering actually, not so focused because I tend to move forward and backward between the unhealthy side, healthy side of me. INTJ type 5 tend to do a lot of things when they're unhealthy. So they keeps me focused in some way because I need to do presentation to my clients. So I use this one, but actually with or without them, I also will aim for this one because I think that that is a responsibility for my clients actually. So with or without their needs, I still will aim for recognitions awards so that to prove that my system is good. So, but with them, it's more tangible way, and I often overly uh, theory people like talk too much about the theory, not so much about the applications. And but because of sensors, they make me really work on the system in tangible ways. For example, like recording this video instead of like just understanding in my head. I will write it out, analyzing properly, and record and upload in the YouTube. So it's really something in a different level. It's really important to make things tangible and workable. I see that this requirement that they require is really important in a lot of aspects. I do respect them, but when they are being unreasonable, especially they are not able to attain those standards, I just normally I'm just be quiet. Sometimes I will tell them, you know, in a very very extremely nice way. But no matter how nice you say it, still they will still not respect you unless you are the person with status and popular and acceptable in the group. It's really hard to talk to them unless you have this thing, you know. So they only associate themselves and respect people with authority, especially that can affect them. Uh, when I see them in their family, the family members, they do not respect those at all that with so-called low status or low economy situations or social economy, low social economy. It's really against my belief that we should respect each people. Sometimes they do help people. They are the first one who give tangible help. So it's kind of like conflicts. At times they are not consistent in that way. So it's really something that I don't understand at times. So anyway, so however, they are really um, caring about their family members. I found that they really care about them. But anyway, they also must verbalize a lot of very negative way. They will provide, sometimes provide jobs. As the ISTJ will give jobs to their family members. ISFJ will not so much talk about that, but they will cook for you. They will care about your appearance. They will do things together with you to achieve that. They will always want to give you food. That's a very number one sign to see ISTJ. If you want to identify ISFJ, they will always ask you whether you have enough food or not. That kind of things. It's really lovely and really feel warm being accepted by them. Um, they also associate with people that who project the self-image of them. How can I say it? For me, I don't really associate myself. I mean, like, I mix with all kind of people and they are who they are. It's very different. Like, I will tell you what is right and wrong. You can have your right and wrong. We see how it goes with it. But you not necessarily need to be exactly like me. As long as it makes sense, you can have fun. But that is not my need. So you can have fun all by anyway. But for me, it's like I can have my own time to be alone. You can like party every day. That is your right. I can have my rights as well. But for them, they always want to be with people that who project their status. They communicate in their way, but all senses do that actually. So they always want to project that they are with high status and benefit. You know, I can understand at times because with all those benefits, then you can cater for your people that you care of. Uh, you know, so when they are having doubts in you, always show more status, connect benefits, like how you can benefit them in the things that I mentioned here. Then they are more relaxed so that they can be more relaxed and trust you even more. Those are just their needs. If you look at them at create a distance between you and them, don't take it personal. It's just that how they work. They also treat other people like that. It's not only particularly attacking you. What if you don't fulfill this thing? They deny everything you do. You know, that's really different for me. So, um, but the strange thing is that um, when it comes to charity, they will still wants to help a lot and a lot. That's something that I don't understand. So anyway, so things to be aware is that they may be emotional because when they're unhealthy, they tend to behave like unhealthy type 4. Uh, like we need to just accept who they are and give them reassurance from time to time on all of these things because they are constantly checking on it. That's why they are being very nervous when those things are not being fulfilled. So just give them some of those things and so that they can be relaxed for a while. They are actually these are good for us actually in some way like recognitions and make sure that the materials are available all the time and attain all of these things check. Be well prepared. These things are really important. Um, and always be equipped with some kind of status. Um, like with some kind of associate yourself with some organization with some title show that you are working very hard, like you do all your parts of the work. They will respect in some way, but they will really respect you if you have higher status. Seriously, that can make them stick out. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Please give a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe my channel for support. Thank you.